Hello everyone. I'm sure you all agree that when it comes to retirement, when we are younger, we usually think we have plenty time. There is still time to think about it, or we may rely on our superannuation and our inheritance and any other investment that we have. But as we get older and we get wiser, the midlife crisis kicks in. I don't know how old you are, but my midlife crisis happened when I was 40 years old. So that means exactly 12 years ago. And so yeah, it was scary because I thought, wow, I'm getting older, and what do I want? And by the time we get to midlife crisis, our priority changes. And for me, my priority was all about my retirement, my children, and my life. And with that, obviously, and being my job as a wealth coach and financial advisor, I've dedicated my life to get to that early retirement. So here I am. I am early retired at age 46, and now I'm just doing this because I absolutely love what I do. And I want to share with you what are these 3 tips. And these 3 tips is going to help you to find out exactly how you're going to double your retirement portfolio. That's the minimum base. And these 3 areas that I'm going to talk about is one is the understanding the short term and long term of the taxation and how the taxation affect your retirement portfolio. You see, in life, when as we are working now and we've got some income, we pay taxes. Even if we do our tax return and we just only focus on getting the tax back or how to do things to minimize the tax, that's by itself it may help with the small solution of our current problem, but is not going to help us in a long term. The only way it's going to help is if we focus that tax minimization and the short-term taxation and long-term taxation, the benefit of it, weigh it up if it's guided towards our early retirement and superannuation account. For example, if you are in Australia, currently in Australia, everybody who is working, so they can put up to $25,000 into their tax to their superannuation account, and it's only taxed at 15% rather than making money or take that money home and you pay it to minimum your tax bracket, which is for some of the people, or at least my clients, they all are in the highest tax bracket, which they pay about 48.5% tax. So as you see, depends on how we look at that taxation planning around our income and investment, that has a direct impact on how much we will end up within our super fund. The next thing which is affecting our how to doubling our retirement income is how to switch between the asset classes. So again, if your current superannuation account is sitting with some super fund, and which obviously the money is sitting in a share portfolio, that's where the money is. So you don't have much choices, but you have a choice to look at it to see that, okay, based on your risk appetite, which is very important to find out how is your risk appetite, is the money allocated to a proper assets, and if you have access to it, to change it and tell your fund manager that you would like to change it. So all of this goes back to having enough knowledge how the fund manager works and how to pick the right asset class for your investment. These are for assets inside your super fund. But for assets outside your super fund, such as if you have shares or cryptocurrency, or you have investment property, you have a business or antiques, whatever other business you have or assets you have, depends on how you allocate it, how you swift between these asset classes. That has a high effect of your doubling of retirement. And the third thing I would like to share with you is that how to modify your financial behavior. Financial behavior is all about your relationship with money. How do you see money as just a piece of paper? Do you see money some people treat it like a god, or do you know how to master it? Because some people, they think money is something that okay, they make it. Some people, they just only keep it because they are scared to spend it and become a miser. Some people, they spend it. They are very good at spending the money. Some people will invest it, but some people, they'll master it. It is your choice to be which one of these categories would you like to be mastering your money. But mastering money, it needs a lot of money mindset information and education in that area. And it's not just about talking and fluff and talking about something that's always all about emotions. It is and it is not. And I'll just dive into it further to tell you why we think this way. But I would like to take away one thing today from this webinar, and that's one strategy that works very well for my clients and for myself when it comes to doubling the retirement portfolio, is that I call it one word financial plan. Okay, I elaborate on that, what it means. It means you need to choose a word that is resonate with your financial plan, which is about doubling your retirement, or if you like to look at it as have a multi-million-dollar retirement portfolio. And that word is the word that is going to motivate you and help you to navigate everything towards that. It's very similar to if you have ever played a dart. If you have when you have that circle in the dart you have a bullseye to throw the darts on it. So obviously you know where to throw it. So that's your navigation. But if you don't know where you're shooting, where you're throwing, so you might as well just throw it everywhere. This is what happens with most people, the way that they are investing their money. They just throw their money everywhere, and every time they hear something from news or somebody, friends or colleagues or their boss, they think, oh, maybe that's the right strategy. And that's what I call it, a hope strategy. Please do not go through life and invest your money with the hope strategy, because that's absolutely hopeless. If you put your money there and say that okay, one day is gonna work well, or maybe that becomes the next big thing, you will be chasing the shiny objects all your life and not knowing exactly where is your money, how you have invested it. So that's why it's important to find that one word, because that gives you that bull eyes, that you know exactly why you are saving that money. But you may say that, okay, what are the steps? How to find that one word financial plan? For me, that word was legacy. Because I truly believe that I don't want just my name to be part of just the ancestry.com. That's the only time that my name comes up after 200 years. I wanted my name to be there, that I have done enough contribution to society in terms of financial education to others, as well as my family. I wanted to be known for that. So that's why legacy is not just about the money we leave behind after we die. It's about the lifestyle. It's about the way we did things, the way that we will be an example for others, for current generation and the coming generations. So for me, it was legacy. I don't know you. I don't know what are your aspirations, what would you like to do for your life, and how is your family circumstances. But I like you to join me on this basically exercise and do it this way. This is the way you can find out your financial word, or that one word financial plan. And the steps is this: write And when I say write, means the piece of paper and pen, not just type it, not mentally writing, no, on the piece of paper. Write the 10 words that comes to your mind when it comes to money, if you have enough monies and you're doubling your retirement. What are those 10 words comes? What does it represent? Does it represent peace, love? For some people, even I've heard revenge. Whatever that means to you, those 10 words, please write them down. And after you write it down, and then go through each word to say that why do you think this word will be a good representation of your one word financial plan. Give yourself at least 5 minutes on each of those words and write it down. Once you write it down on a piece of paper, first of all, you have something that you always can come back to later and thank yourself for doing this exercise. And the second thing, it's going to help you to know yourself better, that why you are doing what you are doing. Because once you have your why, then you will know that whether that why is strong enough to motivate you towards that goal. Again, for example, if your why, let's say, if we make the goal smaller and you wanted to save money and talk about that, let's say a trip, Europe trip, for example. I don't know where you guys are, but let's say for someone who is in Australia, having a trip to Europe is a luxury thing. Not everybody can afford that. Let's say you wanted to save $10,000 and that's one of the things you wanted to do. Depends on how much you want it, how bad you wanted that dream to come true. You will invest your money and save your money towards that goal. But if you, in your mind, you just say, oh, that's a good idea, well, I don't mind to go to Europe one day, I'm sure you're not going to save money for that goal. You see, our goal should be motivating us and inspiring us to do the actions. Okay? So do yourself a favor, please, and write down your why on each. And once you write it down, and then you can write the short story. This is an important one too. The very short story on how this is going to help. Imagine now you reached to that dream and you found your one word. Maybe for you, the one word will be family. So once you write that, just say that why is it important to you, and then write that short story. And that short story will help you to connect that retirement investments and move your actions towards it. It's the same as exactly works like that, the bull eyes and the dart, and your actions will be the actual darts that you're going to throw at. Because then now you know you have the goals to reach there.